This pair is one of my favorites, John. They have not succumbed to the pressures that the Soviet team put on them in terms of skating their programs the same way. In my opinion, they're one of the few couples that really dance.
They also really move. Thompson and Maxwell stayed ahead of Whiten and Dowding, which means that they will wind up in 6th place as they were a year ago. Some of that native music with native costumes and some of these ice dancers. Nobody comes across better in those departments than Regoeszcy and Sallay of Hungary. A very slight deficit behind Linachuk and Karpanasov. I don't know whether they can make it up, but they're really flying. There wasn't much room left at the top in those marks. Still the best performance of the night.
That is a beautiful
Sallay with a standing ovation. Beautiful.
John, there was so much content in there. No one had as much content as they had in their performance. The degree of difficulty and certainly the way they skated it was utter perfection.
And you know what I liked about it? As I started to say at the beginning, it was really danced. It was solid footwork. He treats her like a little doll throughout.
And you can see that right here on the replay, Debbie. He's treated her beautifully. He's the male partner. There's no question about it. Presenting her forward, yet staying with her in unison. And this crowd is still going wild. They're racing to the barriers with flowers, bouquets of flowers for this Hungarian couple. And somehow there's a sense here that perhaps there will be an upset in the making.
Amazingly enough, the fans are hollering more. They want an encore right now, even before the marks come up.
That'd be a first.
I've never seen this in a championship, that crowds are asking for an encore.
Well, there's an indication that at least the crowd has responded to the request. Here are the marks. They responded to the request not to throw flowers. The fans are booing the marks because they got a 5-7 from the Soviet judge, a 5-8 from Great Britain, a 5-9 from the Hungarian judge, 5-8 from the West German and the French judge, a 5-6 from the American judge, a 5-8 from the Canadian judge and the Austrian judge, and a 5-7 from the Czechoslovakian judge.
And in my opinion, it was the best program because it was clean, it was solid, and it wasn't gucked up with all these fancy whirling dervish-type arm movements.
It was the best dance program I've ever seen, and I sure would like to see a perfect mark of 6.0.
There it is! There it is! From the Hungarian judge. A perfect 6. That's the second 6 we've seen in the championship. Babylonian Gardner received one. This second set of marks, 5-7, 5-8. The perfect 6, 5-7, 3 5-8s, and 2 5-7s for Regoeszcy and Sallay of Hungary. They were second, and we'll get the final standings after these words from your hosts on the satellite telecast.